Subscribe to my channel Making Impossible and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any one of my upcoming videos.
Yo, what's up friends? I'm Shulazari and welcome back to Making Impossible, the channel that teaches you how to make the impossible and be the smartest person in the room. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you a really cool card trick, and it's not the first card trick that I learned, but it's almost the best card trick, the best self-working card trick that I've learned. And it's kind of self-working, but at the same point of time, you can get screwed if the spectator lies to you, because it depends on how much truth your spectator is speaking to you while you're asking the questions. So it's kind of like messy, but I will show you how you can actually do this card trick without letting the spectator confuse you. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the card trick at first, and in the performance I'm going to show you the basic performance of that card trick, and in the tutorial I'm going to show you some advanced ways how you can do that card trick, and as well as my way how I do that card trick, so that the spectators can't fool me, because that's my job to fool them. And so without any further ado, let's start our today's video.
I'll feature one lucky Instagram user every Monday in my Smack That Monday episodes. If you want your Instagram profile or page to be featured in my next Smack That Monday episode, follow the simple steps that are given in the video description. So now, let's continue.
Okay guys, here's how the card trick looks like. Now first of all, before even beginning this card trick, the version or the variation that you're about to see right now is actually the basic one of this card trick, which means it won't include any sleight of hand in the performance right now. But since this card trick is actually based on the guidelines given by your audience can easily misdirect you, and for that reason you might not be able to find their card. So for that reason I would prefer to use some sleight of hand, and I'll actually show you that thing in the tutorial. But before that, let's see how this card trick works as a self-working card trick. I'll show you in the tutorial how this technique actually works as a self-working technique, and I'm also going to show you how you're going to use sleight of hand so that your audience won't be able to fool you. So at this point you can see that you have a deck of cards. All the cards are shuffled, mixed up, right? And at this point what you're going to do is you're going to give them another shuffle. If your spectator wants, they can also shuffle this deck of cards too, but it doesn't really matter. So at this point your audience would select a random playing card. For example, let's say this one, and you are actually not going to look at that card because that card will be secret. And what you're going to do is just make sure that you remember this card, okay? And I'm actually going to keep that card right over here. Then, as the audience has selected the playing card, I'm going to deal 20 cards from the top of the deck. But if you want, I can also shuffle this deck just like this, okay? So after that, I'm going to deal 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm not going to use this pack anymore. And this is a pack of 20 cards. I'm going to ask my audience to insert their card somewhere inside this pack of cards, okay? Just like this. They are going to insert their cards somewhere inside the pack of these cards. And then they are going to shuffle this pack as many times as they want, and as they hand you back, what you're going to do is you're going to deal out 3 piles of cards just like this. Just keep on dealing cards just like this, so that you deal out 3 piles and all the cards are actually clearly visible to your audience, okay? So at this point you can see all of these cards, and right now I'm going to ask you in which pile is the card present, and you're going to point at that pile, okay? After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up all the cards back and again do the same thing. It's quite lengthy guys, but yeah, it's really one of the coolest card trick that you can ever do, okay? So at this point I'm going to do the same thing, and you're going to point out at which pile your card is in. And again, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do that for the one last time. And at this point you're again going to tell me at which pile the card is in. So after you have pointed that out, I'm actually going to gather this up and I'm going to deal out all the cards, and I'll eventually find your card. This one, right? So let's see how you can actually do this trick. Okay guys, this is how the card trick actually is done. This is actually called the 21 card trick, and this is a very clever technique. For this card trick you will only need 21 cards. For that reason, after the spectator selects a playing card, I deal out 20 cards just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I deal out 20 cards and then I keep the other pack away, and then I ask my spectator to insert their card somewhere in between these 20 cards. So as it does that, this pack is now containing 21 cards. Now if you follow the entire performance, you will know how it actually works, but I still have to explain it to you. So after they have inserted the card inside this pack, and they can also shuffle this pack if they want to, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to consume a lot of time. So after they have done all of the things that they want to do with this pack, they're going to return this pack to you, and you're going to deal out 3 piles just like this. You're just going to deal out 3 piles. And after you are done with it, after you are done with dealing 3 piles, you're going to ask to your spectator which pile contains their card. If they tell you the truth, they will actually point at this pile because this is the card that has been selected by them and this pile contains it. What you need to do is you need to sandwich this pile between this pile and this pile. So you're going to keep this pile just between the other 2 piles. Then you're going to do the same thing again. Just the same thing again. I'm going to do it very fast so that it doesn't take a lot of time, and my camera battery is about to die. So right now you can see that these are again dealt in 3 files as I did at the first, and this is the second time. I'm going to again ask my spectator in which pile their card is in. If they tell the truth, they are going to point at this pile. I'm again going to sandwich this pile in the center of the other 2 piles, and after that I'm going to deal all the 3 piles again just for the last time. This is the last time I'm going to deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And at this third point, you're going to ask your spectator which is the pile that is containing their card. And if they point at this pile, then you are completely sure, because it is the third time, you will be sure that their card is right now in the 4th position, from the bottom as well as from the top. So if you see, this is their card. So from the bottom you have 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th card, and from the top 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th card. Now what you're going to do is pretty much simple. Since each and every pile contains 7 cards, you're going to again sandwich this pile in the center, and then you're going to, you already know that that card is actually in the 4th position of the center pile, and before that there are 7 cards. That means 7 plus 4 is equal to 11, which means it is right now at the 11th position from the top. And what I do at this point is I actually deal out 10 cards at random, just like this. So I dealt 5. Sorry, I need to actually deal that again. I just forgot the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's the 11. So the 11th card will be their card. Now if you want to do this, if you want to actually if you want to place this card at somewhere other than the 11th card, because if you are going to do this for the second time and if you are going to deal the 11th card, they are going to know that something is fishy. So if you want to do that, like you want to change the position of the card, then what you are going to do is you are not going to after dealing out the cards, you're not going to actually put their pack, the pack which contains the card, in the center position. If you put their pile at the top of the other 2 piles, then your card or the spectator's card will be at the 4th position, and if you put that pile on the bottom of the other 2 piles, then the card will be at 18th position, because 7 plus 7 equals to 14 plus 4 equals to 18. So if you take the first point, that is keeping their pile on the top of the other two piles, then you just have to deal 3 cards, then take their card and show it. But if you are going to put their pile in the last position, that means near the bottom or in the bottom position, then you are going to deal out 17 cards, and then the 18th card will be their card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card will be their one. But since I haven't done it, I am not going to do it. But as you have seen that this trick actually depends on the guidelines of your spectator. If your spectator lies to you, that means after you are dealing these cards just like this into this pile, and you know that the spectator knows, sorry, you don't know, and the spectator knows that their card is this one, but if you ask them that in which pile their card is in, and if they point out to some other pile, for example this one or this one, then you will be messed up, because you're going to put that pile in the center, and which is not good, because this trick won't work then. So for that reason, what I do is, while the spectators are selecting the playing card, that means at the beginning when I had the entire deck, what I do is I actually force one card to the spectator, so that I know that what is their selection from beforehand, so that I already know their playing card, but I'll pretend that I'm not knowing their playing card. So that is the point. So for example, let's say if I want them to select this card, the 10 of diamonds, I'm going to just do a simple riffle force just like this. So I'm going to ask my spectator to say stop at any point they want. They will say at this point. I'm going to take the top pack from that point, and the card that they are going to select is the 10 of diamonds, right? So this is actually a simple riffle force. You can do any kind of force you want to, but this is the advanced technique that I was talking about in the beginning of this trick. That means while I was actually performing this trick. So if you actually know their card, and then you do this same trick with the 21 cards. So for example, let's say you are counting 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So within these 20 cards, if their card is somewhere here, and then you deal out 3 piles just like this, you know that their card is this one. So for that reason, if you ask your spectator that in which pile their card is in, and if they say some other pile, for example this one or this one, you are still going to keep this pile in the center of the pack, in the center of the other 2 piles, because you already know that this is their card and this is their selection. This is the card that you have forced to them. So for that reason, if your spectator lies to you and you have already forced that card, means this card, to your spectator, then you know you are going to actually successfully do this trick. So that is the advanced technique that you need to do, that is forcing a playing card to your spectator, so that you know from beforehand what your spectator has selected, and then you will be easily able to find your spectator's selection. And that's it for this trick, and that's the entire tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed learning this 21 card trick. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you did so, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Soul_Zari. Also, if you have any questions, you can use the comment section for that, and don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel. I'll leave a link in the description box as well as in the cards. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button of this channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss my upcoming videos and my future Smack That Monday episodes. Peace!